So, empathy. Is it a weakness or is it a strength? We know it as a character trait, uh, something that, or let's say character traits are tendencies that a certain personality has or gravitates towards easier than others. Hmm. Empathy. So, empathy is described as or defined as uh, basically putting yourself in someone's shoes, which is feeling whatever that other person is feeling or imagining being in that exact experience as that person. So you're not them, but you take on all of the effects, the feelings, and possible reactions that might come out of it. No one likes to feel bad, like negative emotion, but because this is a realm of duality, it will be there. As much as there'll be joy, happiness, and laughter, there'll also be pain, crying, tears, sadness, and anger. Empathy in this cutthroat red race of a world we are living in now, capitalist world, where it is always a competition. Either you are number one or you're in the top five or top 10, or you are screwed. So people fight and betray each other, deceive each other, walk on top of each other just to get to the top, because it's instilled within them or in their programming that it's survival. It's what is needed for survival. Um, there is a concept that we all are familiar with, which is you'd rather work smarter than work hard. Yes, you could accomplish the very same results in the end. However, you'll be depleted after working hard. Like you've used so much of your energy, you'd probably be in pain, be out of breath, be, for the latter part of that day or the time you have, you can't spend it for you or doing what you want. You have to recover. You have to either sleep or just be non-moving in bed, so that you regain some of that prana and even ATP that you have lost working so hard. If you can achieve the very same outcome and use like half of the energy required, that's a win. Don't you think? I think that is a win. Yeah? Um, and that works for anything and everything that needs to be done, like a challenge that needs to be overcome, a chore um, that needs some energy to complete, but something basically that is not um, your first preference to do, but it's something that's needed to be done. Uh, Something that don't immediately make you feel good about doing when you think about it or when you're doing it, but you know that after you've accomplished it, you'll be very proud of yourself and you feel really good, and it really is necessary that you do it and you exert some energy or some focus in it. Mhm. Okay, so life, as much as it is so wonderful and it's so beautiful, the canvas, everything, it's like the whole earth is singing in this rhythmic flow. The waters, the trees, the birds, the butterfly, the is. Sometimes you can actually, when you listen closely, you you can spot some patterns or a rhythm. It's not just chaos. Yes, it's a lot of things happening, so you could call it chaotic, but if you look closely, it's not chaos. There's order in it. There's a flow. In If you combine all of these sounds or energies, they would probably be aligned or more or less beating to the same drum as the Earth's uh, magnetic field waves, or same rhythm. Likes like. So if you are not made of the elements of Earth or similar, most probably it would kick you out of its system, because it's also an organism or a living body that will usually kick out foreign matter that is there to destroy it and not to enrich it. So I'm guessing that we have only survived here on Earth, being as cruel to it as we are, because within us we um, we have the exact same molecules and atoms and elements that make Earth up. So it recognizes us as part of it. Yeah, come to think of it, um, us not falling off of the surface of Earth or not being rejected by Earth is because of empathy. It means that Earth empathizes with us. We might be poisoning it, digging it up, and leaving it with huge holes like a big hole in Kimberley. But because it empathizes with us, it's in our shoes, it recognizes itself as us, it empathizes and still provides for us and still does not despise us because of that. So, in terms of the fact that energy is always in constant flow, um, the law of conservation of energy says that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It's merely transformed from one form to the next, which means that conserving it or sharing it is it's not optional. It's basically compulsory for life to continue flourishing. If you're not going to be part of the sharing and transforming and moving with the rhythm of it, you are doing yourself a disservice because now you've stopped the flow from coming back to you. So looking at empathy, we should start looking at it in those terms. So being good for the sake of being seen as good or having the image of being good in front of people is it's a futile exercise. It does not benefit anyone. It does not benefit you. It does not benefit the audience that you are acting for. And worse, because you're not a professional actor, you're not even getting monetary pay for all of this work and that you're putting on in pretending. And worse, it will cause more resentment in your heart because now you'll be forcing yourself to do something that you do not want to do for this person who did not even ask you to do it. But now, if they don't show the utmost uh, uh, um, reverence or thank you or spread it to people so that people know what good of a person you are, that you did that for them, and you will feel resentment. You will start kind of hating that person that you helped, or having just negative feelings about that person. That human being never even asked for your help. Um, Helping them was the right thing to do. However, it was not forced. It was not forced. That's why anyone who decides to help him should feel good by the fact that they helped another soul. They helped God's child. You see that love, that energy they're putting out is being contributed in mass consciousness and will probably come back to them. So they could be just smiling about it that time after doing it, or if somebody has said thank you, or they could just do it and forget about it afterwards, straight afterwards, if they even help that person. Why? Knowing, not believing, not acting out of fear, not uh, doing it for clouds or for credits or to be seen, and then that's trying to paint an image of yourself in people's eyes that you think that they want to see. Um, Not being you. I'm not saying if you're a person that hasn't been helping out, helping people, you shouldn't start, or because it never came to you to do it, something you shouldn't try. No, try it by all means. You get to experience in this world. It might be one of the most rewarding things that you've ever done in your life, and it becomes a part of you. You see, giving that is. Just don't do it because you want credits or fame or to be worshipped. Because then, if you don't get that, then you'll act out. Then you'll be unhappier than you were even before thinking about helping that person out. It's gonna end up making you even more unhappy and emitting vibrations of anger, resentment, and unhappiness. Rather not help that person because you're doing more damage to the planet and the united consciousness than good. as much as this planet is just one of the planets that exist in the universe, and which I believe is also like a school or one of the levels in the game that the soul or the almighty, the highest frequency, um, is created um, of itself for itself to experience itself in different ways in this kind of environment and density. So we could say it is a game. However, if you're usually deceitful in a game, it will come back to you, it will bite you some way, somehow. But if you do it honestly, and if your intentions are not meaning harm or ill or deceit, then what's going to come back to you? The very same energy that is true, that is not deceiving, that does not mean harm. Or why? Because you would have decreased that kind of energy in the universal consciousness, the kind of bad vibes, and increase the good vibes. And if you see that, okay, me trying to pretend to be at this level of my goodness or my good vibes, just sends me even, gives me a huge dip into the negative, then just leave it for a while. Start with smaller things, you know, build momentum until it becomes a reflex if it's something you really want to go into. And I would advise you to actually go into it. Empathy. Okay. So we are asked in the beginning if it is a weakness or a strength. I believe that it can be both. Now the difference is, okay, how to put this in a way where you all will get exactly what I mean. Okay. Oh yeah, it's morning by the way, so good morning everybody. Um, Going to work today. But I just had this thought of, and when inspiration comes, I need to come to my family and speak to them about it. Yes, the life hack in it. You can use empathy as a life hack, not where you deceive, but where you actually put yourself in that person's shoes. Where you deliberately open yourself up to understand what is happening to them or what they're saying, and feel their words and the energy behind them. This way, you wouldn't have to be in the very same position to learn the lesson that that person is going through that time. Because I did say a planet Earth is just one of our schools, one of the soul schools. And if every challenge comes with a lesson, then it means that for you to upgrade, to learn as much as you can, you have to face a lot of challenges, right? But it's draining, it takes a lot of your energy. It runs the risk of you just not coming back to being yourself and just losing yourself in the darkness. And the darkness, it's easier to hold on to the darkness because you people, or we are usually afraid of the dark if we have no control of it. The darkness is there, and someone else is in control of it. I don't know what's going to happen. It's scarier. But if you take the darkness and it becomes yours and you're in control of it, I think you feel a bit like you are safer, not knowing that you are actually just magnifying that darkness for you when it comes back. So if you're going to let yourself experience, just as an observer or as a second hand to someone else, the challenge and understanding it for what it is, and getting the emotions and feelings that it is giving this other person, where you now help them to get a solution and work through it, you have developed that muscle without you being the one experiencing the challenge, without you being the one deep in it like that other person, which means that you can now level up or go on to the next challenge, and you don't have to still go back and do that one and do that one and do that one. I think that's why empathy was created. That's why the universal consciousness or the creator, the great I am, decided to make empathy one of its angles of light, angels, one of its expressions, without it being physical, but the driving force, which is the emotions. So empathy is, if you're smart and want to work or learn smart and not so hard, you labor like the Horse and Animal Farm, written by George Orwell, worked until it died, never enjoyed life, then do cultivate empathy, but not to be seen, for your learning, for your growth, and for your expansion. Yes, that could be the selfish part about it. But while you're doing it, the emotions will take over, and now the intentions will be for that other person, and that other person will get the help. But the universe will not take away that lesson from you. You earned it, square and fair and square. You could have just walked away, took the easier route, but then you decided the tougher route to be there in that challenge, help that person. So why does the universe still need to give you the same challenge to go through? You've passed the test, Moss. I love you all, and let's grow together spiritually. Ooh, 444 on the time, and oh Lord, and I've recorded for 22 minutes 22 seconds. My battery percentage is also 44%. This is so much synchronicities, guys. Please just listen to this message that I'm trying to give to you, and I know that maybe I haven't found a way to say it, and in a way it will resonate with everybody that's listening. But listen to this maybe twice, it will click, and when it clicks, it will be, you will use that empathy as a weapon, as the a higher grade, most modern weapon ever in this life, instead of it using you when you are not in control of it, and then people take advantage. No, you should always be aware, always be there, so that you can pick all of that up.